This is a 2008 Volkswagen Golf GTI. These were first introduced, Golfs were, in the 1970s, and this is the 5th generation, or which is called the Mark V. Mark V was made from 2005 roughly to about 2009. With this model year introduced was kind of more rounded off headlights, edge lines on it and everything, and overall just a more aerodynamic shape. Came in a 4-door. I think in Germany you could also get these in a cabriolet as well, and also in this coupe configuration right here. Super fun, sporty little cars. This one has the manual transmission in it, but they also came in a dual clutch transmission as well, I believe, on this year. Super fun. This is the originator of the hot hatch, which is similar to, your Honda Civics, Ford Focuses, and everything like that. This is kind of the granddaddy of them all. These were originally introduced because Volkswagen was selling the Beetle for a long time, and this was meant to replace the Beetle. And which we all know, they eventually brought the Beetle back and gave it flower cup holders and everything like that, but that's, story for a different time. Anyways, today we are going to check out how this thing has held up over the time. We're going to start with the exterior. As you can see right here, we do have some paint clear failure going on right there, which is pretty common on these because you're loading and unloading from this side right here. But then it's also happening along these bumper guards here as well. And I think there was some on the roof, but it may have gotten repainted. But otherwise, this is actually in really decent shape. It does have some stone chipping right here where we live. There's lots of rocks and everything, and so everything just kind of gets demolished by that. So it's pretty common to happen on that. But overall, really good shape. Nothing too crazy happening on the exterior of this vehicle. Next, we're going to go to one of the main reasons that you actually buy a hatchback is for the room that you don't get from a traditional sedan or a traditional coupe. Volkswagen, it's always funny to see people get these because to access the latch, you actually flip the badge over to get into it. And so it's funny to watch people try to get in there. But yeah, as you can see here, you get a nice amount of cargo space, and then these seats also lie down, and so you have the ability to even have more space with these seats down. I've owned a Golf Sport Wagon myself and a bunch of other wagons and hatchbacks, and they're my favorite go-to for a passenger car. Super fun to drive, but also you get the convenience that you need, especially if you have a growing family. Moving on to the interior in here, pretty basic, but also nice. I think Volkswagen does a very good job of this minimalist interior. These seats are really nice. They're a nice leather. You've got your nice little GTI symbol right there embossed in the middle, as you can see. And then you get these really nice bolsters right here, which are really good for holding you in. Does make it a little bit difficult to get in and out. And as you can see on these sides right here, especially on the driver's side, you do get a little bit of wear going on there, but nothing too crazy. These seats have held up pretty well over time. Your radio and everything, very basic. You got your controls there. You also do have heated seats on this one, which is very nice this time of year because my buns is be getting cold, if you know what I mean. And of course, the granddaddy of it all, this one is a manual transmission. Super fun, easy to use, and easy to drive. Do get a little bit more storage down in there. Not much, really. I think that's where you're supposed to put your iPod, just to date this car. Do have a little bit of cracking right in there from your elbow sitting right there, but that's super common. That's actually a very easy repair to make on it. Going right here over to the steering wheel, no major wear. There might be a little bit right in there, but nothing too crazy otherwise. Some of our stitching is coming out. You have your volume controls and everything right there. I think this actually has Bluetooth, so you can make phone calls. And then you have your other controls over here as well for your gauge cluster. Moving on to the gauge cluster, this vehicle actually only has 98,000 miles on it, which is, in my opinion, very good for the year. But very basic, everything you kind of need on it. You can see as you scroll through here, you can get through, different compass controls, convenience lights, and all that different stuff as you scroll through here. And as you press these buttons, it'll show you, your speed warning, miles per gallon, and all that jazz that you essentially get on it. I like that they have a little flat bottom here to make it a little bit more sporty while you're driving as well. This particular one is equipped with the sunroof. Let's see if this thing works. Oh yeah, baby, we're working. Oh, got a nice little sunglass holder right there. No sunglasses, no sunglasses. Got our lights right here. Let's take a look in the back seat. Back seat, I'm not gonna hop in there because I don't want to hurt my back because I'm in my 30s and you know that stuff happens. But decent enough, you could definitely fit your kids in here if you needed to. I fit in car seats, car seats in the back here before, and they fit pretty nice. So still a little bit decent room right there, nothing too crazy. And those seats actually look pretty decent as well. This is what I was talking about with the driver's seat. You can see this bolster's kind of been blown out just from going in and out of it so many times. This one actually, I'm surprised, has held up pretty well because that's usually where you slide. You can see a little bit of ripping starting there, but overall, for being a 2008, man, this is in good shape. Let's go ahead and move on to the engine. A little bit dirty, but still working good. This has a little 4-cylinder turbo in it, and I think these are good for about 200 horsepower, 180 kind of in that range around there, just enough that you need to get around and still do some fun driving on. That is pretty much going to sum up this vehicle. It's held up, I think, great over time. They're a really fun driving experience. If you ever get a chance to, I would definitely recommend it. If you're looking for something that is a good in-between as far as really fun to drive around and very practical, I think this is a great option, especially in the 4-door version. In the Mark 6 or 7, I think it's the Mark 7, they did the sport wagon, and so you actually get a little bit extra room in the back, and that's what mine was, and I loved it for my family. We drove across the country multiple times, 0 issues, and it was an amazing vehicle. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions about that, let me know. Comment down below.